It's recording. All right, so this is episode 1. That was so underwhelming. Episode 1 of the Grapple Factory podcast. This is probably going to be fucking just people like mates chatting about shit. So we'll see what happens. All right, so tell us your story.
Yeah, so basically, I'm taking the dog for a walk today. And there's like these fucking netball fields near my house, and there's like families everywhere. Like there's easy 250 people just like fucking around. And I was walking the dog and I was like, man, this probably isn't a fucking great idea that everyone's around here. And I got my headphones in and I'm listening to like really loud music and I just hear this like ungodly crack, like fucking really loud. And I look up and there's like 2 families at either end of the netball court and there are these 2 kids that are on scooters and they've collided. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then it got even worse because like the 2 dads ran in and one of the kids got up and like was pretty clearly a Down syndrome kid.
No.
He's just like this poor little fuck has just lost his mind. He's like screaming and crying. And he's a bigger kid. He's probably like 5-6 years old. And everyone's like concerned about the Down syndrome kid. Meanwhile, I've looked at the other little girl who's like probably, she's probably like, not at this point, but this little kid, she's probably like 2 or 3 years old, and her parents walk up to her and like the Down syndrome kid's like wailing and screaming as you'd expect, and this little girl's like kind of just looks confused and they're like, "You all right?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm totally fine." This Down syndrome kid loses his mind and goes over and like pushes her over.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh my god!" And that's when the blood started. And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Did he lose an extra chromosome while he was
Bro, man,
I shouldn't be saying that, but I'll say it.
Man, the volume of that crash, it might have fucking knocked an extra chromosome in there, if you know what I'm saying. Like, god damn.
So was she bleeding? Did she hit her head when she hit the ground after that?
Yeah, when the kid pushed her over, it like cut up her palms and her knees and shit. And then it was like on for young and old because they had to pull a screaming Down syndrome kid off another girl because he's going to beat her down. I was like, holy shit.
I don't know if you could say that. Anyway,
it's fine.
It's weird, man. I went out on a dog, like took a mate's dog for a walk, and there's so many fucking people out. It's ridiculous. It's obscene. Yeah, and they're probably the same women online or men online that are like, oh, you should fucking stay inside. Oh, good. I'm glad everything's shut down. I'm glad the economy's fucked. But then they go out. They go to the supermarket, and then I was at Chemist Warehouse, man, and this woman was wearing a mask. She was like an older lady.
Oh,
but then
Christ.
she proceeded to touch everything in the store. She was like picking up lipsticks and all this fucking shit and putting them down. And it's like, man, what is going through your head? Like,
was she like licking her fingers in between as well? Like,
no, but she's gonna like touch her mask and then touch her face. It's like, fuck. This whole thing has made me hate white people so much.
Dude, I feel you. You know what someone pointed out to me the other day? They're like, how many people have you seen sanitizing their fucking phones? And I'm like, oh god, like, yeah, you're right.
No one.
Think about how, no one's
I
fucking
sanitize
wiping
my
their
hands.
phones down. But then you touch your phone and your phone's fucking covered in germs anyway, so what does it matter?
You know,
good.
Germs isn't a real thing.
It's a bit early in this podcast to start going Eddie Bravo.
Germs aren't a real thing. Fuck up.
Germs is just like, if you Google it, germs is just like a general term that they gave to like things you can't see.
But then what about atoms then? Like, we can't really see the atoms.
Wow, this went like real weird, real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
I also heard that birds aren't real.
I believe in atoms, okay?
Yeah. So we'll just leave it at that, okay? We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, let's not go too deep too early, right?
But so you know how you said you saw this lady at Chemist Warehouse?
I just
Wow.
They were there.
Steve's losing his mind. This is the first interpersonal contacts that he's had in 2 weeks and he's already losing it.
So this lady at Chemist Warehouse, right? She was looking at lipsticks. But those aren't essentials.
Steve, what are you doing?
Like I understand, like, fuck if you got a hot date, like or something, but if you're an old lady, like, I don't think you're gonna be looking for any action, like, anytime soon. Like, you're not gonna be receiving any action anytime soon.
Mate, how do you know? Like, maybe someone wants to have a crack at that. You know what I mean?
Maybe somebody's got some fucked up fantasies, maybe, Bob, but
Dude,
not me.
absolutely. Holy shit. I mean, I'm not exactly out there cougar hunting and stuff like that, but I can imagine there are people out there that would be into it.
I mean, you could be.
Yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, I mean, but you could be anything. Like, could be an infinite statement, isn't it?
Fucking
Alright.
hell.
So how? All right, let's stop talking about this. How fucked up is this weekend? Are you scared to go outside?
Well, I was gonna go to Ben's today to roll, but I didn't want to go
Yeah, I was
because I didn't
gonna.
want to get fined.
I was gonna visit my parents just to like pop in on my own, and I was like, ooh, like I'm police state scared to go outside now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely fucking concerning. Like, when people you know are starting to get fines and stuff like that, you're like,
Do you
oh,
know
what
anyone
the
that's been
fuck?
fined?
Peripherally, like, there was a lady who works in my office who got a fine.
You know, it's not illegal. You know, it's legal to go and visit someone in their home as long as you're there's not more than 2 people going. Like, it's in the legislation. I was talking to a cop today about it.
It's so fucked, man.
Hang on, I'll get it up.
Well, I think I heard like 2 stories. One was a guy, I think in New South Wales or Victoria, who got like $1,000 fine for eating a kebab
They've got different
on a bench.
they've got different legislation in Victoria and New South Wales because people in Victoria are retarded apparently, and they're not doing as they're told.
Well, there was one. There was a $1,300 fine from a mum like giving her son driving
Yeah,
lessons.
but that got revoked, and it's illegal there. But the premier or whoever it was here said it's okay to get your hours in. So this is the legislation in Queensland. So home
State
confinement
law.
requirements here. It says you're okay to go outside. To visit another person's residence in accordance to paragraph 9, and then paragraph 9 is a person who is owner, resident, tenant, occupier, or whatever may allow up to 2 visitors who are not ordinarily members of the person's household. So it is legal to go outside and visit your friends. Like in Queensland, you shouldn't be scared to go to someone's house because those fucking white people on Facebook aren't scared to go to the supermarket.
Those white people.
Yeah. Dude,
Those white people, bro. All 3 of us are white people,
I hate
bro.
white people between the ages of 18 and fucking 65 now.
Bro, you got that internalized racism happening.
Bro,
Is it
bro,
racist?
I'm a white person with a brown dad, bro. Man.
Does that mean I'm only half racist to you?
No, it's just funny because it's just funny.
My dad's with a brown dad.
I grew up with like a lot of cousins like calling me Whitey and stuff like, and I'm like, yes,
Are you sure your dad's your dad?
dude. I actually think that at times as well.
At least he didn't go to get cigarettes, man.
Well, he's in New Zealand at the moment, so
He can't go outside, can he?
well, yeah, he can't come back because my sister sent my nephew there as well.
And he's stuck there.
Oh yeah, he's only like fucking 3 years old, bro.
Oh,
That's
fuck,
fucked
that's
up.
so heavy.
Is he at least gonna be looked after there?
Well, yeah, he's with my dad. Like my dad, like fucking loves him and shit.
Wow.
But like every time we call my dad, like my nephew's on the phone and he just hangs up straight away because he's watching YouTube. So it's like
YouTube's the big winner out of all this, hey.
It is.
And porn.
It is. Bro,
Yeah, the two major video platforms in our lives.
Fuck.
I guess all forms of social media too as well. Like
Oi. And they're just tracking us and reading our shit now.
Yeah, and everyone's filling out those stupid surveys about, like, you know, get to know this person. It's, dude, there's that whole thing about, like, you know how banks and stuff like that ask you, like, what was your childhood's dog, and that's like your password to use your bank account.
Yep.
It's like there's like that big
What's
thing
your
about, like, they're
childhood's dog?
farming your. Did you not?
No, not when I was a kid.
That explains a lot about you,
When I
Steve.
was like older, I had dogs. Like when I was like 13, but when I was like younger, I didn't have cats.
fuck.
Oh, that explains a lot about you.
Yeah, cats.
That's why you hate people,
Nah, cats
because
are shit.
cats hate people.
Cats
yeah,
are
they're the
fucking
worst.
arrogant cunts, bro.
Cats
Yeah, that's what I'm
are
telling you. You grew
shit,
up with
man.
that in your life.
That's why the connotation of cat ladies is no good. Like a dog lady.
Oh,
is
Carol
not that
Baskin.
bad. You probably tell all your friends, man. If you're dating a chick that had like 4 dogs, you'd tell all your friends. But if you were dating a chick with like 5 cats, you'd be like, man, you never mentioned that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
she's a busy cat lady.
Cat
Yeah, she'd also be like 65 because I don't think I've ever met anyone under the age of 50 that has multiple cats.
Oh, oh.
The owner, maybe of Art Suave, maybe.
All of Amelia's friends.
Well, I hate to tell you, Steve, but apparently Amelia's 65 years old and she's been lying to you for a long time.
Oh, bro.
Was that old lady at the Chemist Warehouse today?
Yeah, who was that? What? That
Was that old lady at the Chemist Warehouse today?
Yeah, what about her?
Nothing. It was just what John said. He's like, if she's 65, she's probably 65 years old.
She's probably getting lipstick for her cats, man. It's like it's probably an American thing, right? Like dressing your cats up and putting lipstick on them.
It seems like something that people would do, right?
It's all animal tested, so you know it's safe.
To make sure
Is
that when you
it
put it
like your cat being vegan? Like that's an fuck.
Cats aren't you vegan? Cats are supposed to be vegan.
I don't know.
They eat flowers and shit when they go outside, like dandelions.
But give them like fish, bro. They'll go hard on fish and meat.
I can talk now. So I looked up what germs are, and they
Oh,
do in fact
fuck, are we
exist.
doing this again?
But it's a common term relating to microscopic bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa. So I was wrong. There you go. 100%. Some teacher told me that once when I was a kid, and it just stuck with me.
Are you sure that wasn't religion?
Hey,
Yeah, bro.
Hey, man. The Catholic priest I had when I was a kid was a good guy.
Yeah, it sounds like a good dude.
How good was he?
Nice guy. He never put his hands on the back of my head.
But I did go to a religious school, like,
I went to a religious school.
and it was funny though. Like we like one of the because we had like a brother as a principal,
Yeah.
and he ended up leaving within like a year. It was like fucked up what he did.
What did he do?
He
Can you talk about
he
it?
basically he I don't know, but all he did was like basically just spend the whole school's like budget like a whole year's budget within 6 months. Like he wanted like real reform. It's like from
He didn't touch kids. Okay, that's less funny.
he
Wait,
No, I wasn't. If there was anybody doing that, I probably would be the one doing that. On the mats, to people on the mats.
What?
You know this is gonna be online.
Yeah, but what was it referring to though?
So the school I went to, man, one of the rugby coach or rowing coach or whatever got sacked because he got done for like inappropriately interacting with kids.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
I can't tell you which school that was or where I went to, but that happened.
Dang.
There was actually one thing. At my cousin's intermediate, one of the rugby coaches as well was like that. We found out start like mid 2018. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, it's like Catholic priests. There's probably a percentage, right, that touch kids. Do you think every profession has a percentage that touches kids?
Considering I deal with like pediatric surgeons, I hope the percentage there is very low.
Top professions that touch kids.
But what a thing to be looking up in this podcast, man. What the fuck?
It's probably like priests and then children's TV presenters.
I feel like dentists would be up there, man.
Why?
I don't know. I just like they got the highest rate of suicide. You know they're doing something weird.
Kids are scared
You know what
of
I mean?
dentists, man. It's like the opposite profession you want if you're a pedophile.
Unless you're into it.
Yeah, but it's like the thing you'd make a pedophile do if you wanted him to not touch kids and stay away from kids. You'd make him a dentist. No
Yeah,
kids
that's
go
fair.
near him, man. Not unless their parents are there. Did you ever go to the dentist without your mum and dad in the room when you were like a kid?
Yes,
Good
but
point.
there were two like female dentists, and they were
Oh,
hot.
so it wouldn't have.
They were
Oh,
hot.
well, fuck.
How old were
This
you?
is back in primary school. Primary school and intermediate.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. Last time I did go to the dentist, I was real stoned to get my wisdom tooth taken out, like for free.
Yep.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, did you walk in there blazed already, or?
Yeah, well, I went and booked an appointment
so-
because in NZ, you get free dental care, like up until the age of 18, and like a week before I turned 18, like I like booked an appointment to get one of my impacted wisdoms removed.
Yeah, nice.
I went a real stoned, man. Fuck.
Did they give you the gas on top of that?
Oh, they just gave me anesthesia, no gas.
Shit, you were awake the whole time?
Yeah, I could like just feel the mechanical force, but like when I was like catching the train home, I could feel it. Like what the fuck, like.
Oh wow, yeah, that
like,
sounds unpleasant, man.
Like dribbling blood in my sleep, and then waking up with like red stains on my pillow. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's tough.
Jesus fucking Christ, James.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
All right. So
what a fucking weapon.
What I want to talk about after all this shit. Yeah. So first up, what are you guys doing in isolation? Besides not seeing people.
And besides,
Jono, what are you doing?
Honestly, it's kind of weird. My life hasn't really changed that much. Like, because I got a new job, so I'm just like working a normal full-time job. The only thing that sucks is I get home and I'm just kind of like, well, I'm so used to going to jiu-jitsu now. And that's like the allotted time that I have for the afternoon. So I'm just like lifting weights and rolling around on my mats at home. And that's about it.
It's not bad.
So it's not the worst. It could have gone a lot worse. How about you, James? What are you doing?
I'm actually playing a lot of video games with the nephews and the in-laws. Doing prison workouts in the garage.
What equipment have you got in your garage?
I've got a lot of mats. We'll put it that way.
But what fit like workout equipment have you got?
Next to nil.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Apart from like some dumbbells and like that's about it.
Wait,
I've gotten creative and I put like a towel over like the framing like on the roof and like used to do like pull-ups and shit.
Yeah.
We're going hard.
I was talking to someone today, and they were saying that World's Gym were leasing equipment. Guess how much the bond was to lease a fucking kettlebell?
Probably like $300 or something like that.
$1,000.
Keep going.
What? Are you serious?
$2,000, allegedly.
$2,000. No.
It's like 20 something bucks a week or some shit, but it was like a $2,000 deposit or whatever.
No.
Wow.
You're better off buying yourself equipment with that. Like,
you get your bond back.
Up your whole home.
You get it back unless you damage it.
It's still like just knowing
that's
your
a lot of
head.
cash.
Yeah.
So your lives have pretty much not changed other than you can't do jiu-jitsu anymore.
But can't do it as regular.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the sessions, like I got Taylor here, so I'm rolling with her. So it's not necessarily like I am in need of a good workout. You know what I mean? Like a good wrestling session would be fucking great right about now.
Sad or not, that's the only part of our lives that have changed.
I'm sad. Dude, I missed the shit out of it. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, is it sad? Is it like we're like autistic nerds for jiu-jitsu that's the only part of our lives that really changed?
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm too much sad. I'm more a little bit I don't know. I wouldn't say upset, but just like am I feeling better?
Is your back and stuff healing up?
Oh, bro. That's one thing I am glad about. Like my injuries are like getting right, but still my back kills me. Especially like when I rolled twice in one day. Oh yeah, I'm looking at them right now across the room from me. Like I told you, I got like I got 50 of them, but no repeats. So I just take it like here and there.
That sucks, man.
But I smoked some piff. I smoked some piff the other day with Dev, so that was good. I got stoned the other day, bro. Before I was rolling with things, so I was like, bro, I need this.
You allegedly got stoned the other day.
Oh, I did. I know I did. I smoked the devil's lettuce, bro.
We have to talk to a lawyer before we start putting these up, I think.
I went into the devil's crop.
Oh man.
Had a meeting with that young Mary Jane. You know what he's saying?
Had to.
How about you, Steve? What have you been doing?
Yeah, Steve, what have you been up to?
All right. Well,
you ate the hamsters yet or whatever?
You remember? How about I give you the whole rundown of what's happening with the gym?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna get her up the post because I remember the day. It's been a weird time, man. So I've been like, I basically go through three emotions. I go through extreme anger and rage, very low sadness and depression, and then I sort of balance out in between. At the minute, it's very strange.
Oh.
You know, not nothing too bad. So and like every gym owner in Brisbane is pretty much going through what I'm going through. Because it's like basically what happened was that they've destroyed hospitality, and they've destroyed gym and fitness. Like it's like in those industries and airlines, but airlines get bailed out hard.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah. Cocksuckers.
So, yeah. So it was the start of March when shit was getting really weird, right? And it was like the first thing gyms started to do, where they started to put up, like coronavirus update. We will be continuing to run classes for the immediate future. However, if you've traveled overseas or you feel sick, please do not come to class. Like that shit. That's where it started off, right? That was like like 4 weeks ago now, man.
Oh wow!
And then I think that week everyone felt like there was going to be some weird restrictions coming on because, like, let's face it, right now we are living in like a totalitarian police state.
Pretty much.
You know, but like, and it's.
I'll pretend what that word means, but yeah, hard. Yeah.
Like it's obviously like necessary right now, right? But like, doesn't it shock
Gotta
you
Google that word up.
and surprise you how quickly everyone's freedom got taken away and how easily?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. We handed it over.
Anyway, so on the day was it March?
Oh, yep. Okay, yeah, sweet. Hard. I know what that word means now.
You just Google it?
Oh, I thought I did. I was right.
There you go, buddy.
Wow. All right.
See, does that mean that we can file this under educational in like the iTunes store and shit?
This is educational. So anyway, then the 22nd of March, I think that was the first big announcement where they put restrictions on and shut everyone down. And that was a weird night, man.
Well, I remember that morning I wanted to go come train at Arts 5. It was Tuesday.
Yeah, it was
Tuesday gi class.
No, it was Thursday, man. It would have been the Thursday.
Oh, drilling class. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, that was a weird day. So that was 20 days ago? 2019, like 3 weeks ago now.
Fuck. Man, it's been quick, hey? Like, what a fucking weird turnaround.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been weird, man. Like, the thing that I've been, like, so anyway, shut down, and then pretty much 2 days later, I think we sort of realized that everything's going to be online now. So
yeah.
We got hooked up with lights, cameras, mics, and everything, and we basically spent 10 hours filming in a day.
Nice.
Wow, fuck.
What I saw a lot of gyms doing like phone. Well, so this is like the stages of response for gyms, right? The shit response is they close, and then every fucking post they put up is, "Oh, I miss you guys. Oh, we'll be back soon." Like, and that's all they do.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, man. Like, you just want to shake them and be like, you need to do something. Like, this is 3 to 6 months before anything. 3 months probably before you can even have PTs in a gym, right? Because right now I'm sitting in my gym. We were open for 10 fucking days before we had to shut. And there's only 4 people allowed to use the gym. Yeah? That's stupid. Like, fucking, like, you're not getting a gym back. I can't even do privates in the gym because it's like an 11 grand fine. You know, I know a few gyms are doing it, but it's like, you know, if they start doing door-to-door checks or like businesses that should be closed, and it's just not worth it for like $80 or $60 or whatever.
Yeah, totally. And like, I don't see that sort of thing being that far away. like actually going around it. You know what I mean?
Like in Victoria and stuff, they're doing it. In New South Wales, they're doing
Fucking
it. So,
wild, man.
and the government loves money.
Does love a bit of money.
So I think that's probably like the low level response from a lot of jiu-jitsu gyms in our community. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Sort of
sure.
Ignoring it and waiting for it, you know?
Yeah.
So I think then the second sort of level is occasional videos. Like the amount of just like dodgy phone jobs being pushed around with like a minute of whatever they're wanting to teach. And then that's like their content they're giving to their members.
Yeah.
That's probably fair as well?
Or probably like an hour live session, like probably like...
I'd probably rank that above that response, right?
Yeah, that would go above it for sure.
So then we get onto like Zoom and live videos. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion on this, and then you can give me yours, right? Controversially, I think it's so dumb doing an hour of your time to train, half-assedly train with like 4 or 5 people doing BS solo drills that barely make you better at jiu-jitsu is a waste of time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for the most part.
In 2 respects, like the hour you can be getting fitter or working on being stronger in jiu-jitsu or watching like training footage or watching tape. And then conversely, that hour can be spent better by the gym by actually spending an hour filming proper content that you can give to your members.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
To say?
Yeah,
I would.
That's tip of the top.
So, I mean, and then I think the argument for the live videos is it's like community building. Yeah? Yeah,
that would be the positive aspect of it. That would be the thing that elevates it slightly above doing nothing.
But yeah, exactly. But whereas like giving them regular high quality content and constantly communicating with them online is probably going to fill that void better than some grainy ass webcam footage of you doing a bloody sit up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't want to name any.
Wuntan?
Yeah.
You do. You know.
Yeah.
You agree? We good?
I agree, and I know nothing.
He knows nothing.
And then I think after that, it's gyms sitting down and actually doing proper instructional series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we can all agree that's where it's going to have to go in terms of providing value to members, because a lot of gyms have turned memberships off, which is fair enough. A lot of gyms have got memberships still running, but a lot of gyms have got memberships still running because their members want to support them, but they're not actually giving their members any value. And like 2-3 weeks, sure, you're happy to pay like your $40 a week, yeah, just to keep the gym going. But after 3 weeks, when you're not getting anything from the gym, the member goes, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, it starts to take the piss, man, when you're getting nothing for your money. And I think...
Well, Oh, sorry. Didn't want to interrupt. I was going to say there's something with like Tom DeBlas. Like he ended up investing like I think like over 10 grand in his business again.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a few weeks ago. I saw that post. I was like, what the fuck?
Well,
he's doing it right. He's like he's like reflooring it and putting in a new room and like more weights and shit like that.
Well, for an established business, it's awesome because, well, not awesome. That's a real bad thing to say. But for an established gym with a good financial backing, it's a period of time that they can really use to like fit out and to, you know what I mean, like really improve their facility and setup.
Yeah, to update and everything like that.
Because I really think that the way going forward is going to be like online instructional videos for a gym. You know, like so that's what we're doing. Well, the first thing we've done is probably like a 5 or 6 hour fundamentals video series, basically for people that have never done jiu-jitsu before or people that have done it for 6 months, to introduce them to like concepts and techniques that they probably should know. And it's like
absolutely.
The question on my head was like, well, why would they watch me when they can watch some world champion do that shit? And like it's like, well, firstly, there's not that much solid, continuous, consistent, basic content and conceptual content out there. Really?
Nah, not really. Like maybe the John Danaher fundamentals, but even then, I don't know. I don't know how deep that is.
And Ted Dale, I think.
That's a 10
I haven't watched any of.
university lecture right there.
Yeah.
You know.
Like
that would be tough for the punter to sort of get through.
Yeah, maybe Kitdale. That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, Kitdale would be good. But there's like a few schools that has always had like online portals, like Atos, AOJ.
Absolute as well. They've got an app.
Yeah. Well, Absolute, like they got their YouTube channel. Like Lachlan's always been fucking uploading shit to that. Like,
well, they're the gyms that are going to do well out of this.
Yeah.
Because they've got something that they can give their members so they can keep going and keep surviving. You know what I mean? Because even if you're stuck at home, you do want to do jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
If I see another motherfucker make a grappling dummy as well again, I'm gonna.
Yeah, there's been a few pretty fucking poor attempts I've seen at that.
But honestly,
pillows.
How?
Yeah.
Like,
you could just grab somebody in your house and just tell them, okay, I want this way.
I want to armbar you. I want to heel hook you.
Like what I did the other night, I was practicing judo throws on one of the big in-laws, and he's a rugby player. He's like 105 kilos.
Oh, you're laughing.
Oh, but what I was doing was like I put like one mattress down, I put another mattress on it because like it's a double mattress, and then I got like the cushions off the fucking couch and put them on there so I could throw him onto it. Because I was like, I don't want to throw you on these mats because like break falling might be a bit awkward to you, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna throw you on this. Like, cool.
Throw him on the mats, man, just so he knows what's up.
Well, like the only throw I could really consistently like get properly was like always like the drop Tsunagi, but like everything else was really hard to set up Kazushi properly because he's just like, ugh.
How much do you weigh?
Who, me? I'm like 68 kilos.
That's fucked up, man.
I was like trying to like,
really? Fuck.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so the other reason
like you're small,
I'm going to go on with my rant right now. So the other reason why I think someone would choose to watch a small gym over like some established world champions was because they want to be connected to their bloody coach. You know what I mean? People give a shit about what their coach thinks about basic techniques and fundamental techniques or whatever like his specialty is or whatever his series his teaching is.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like when somebody looks up to you, obviously, you know, that's like they'll like go out of their way to like watch, you know, like you got an idol, you would go and watch your idols, like Marcelo. Everybody likes Marcelo's like guillotine or like butterfly game. They'll go and watch his butterfly, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a smaller scale here, right? It's about community.
Yeah.
So each gym is a community on its own, and then the each gym's community makes up the larger community of jiu-jitsu in Brisbane. And you know, you want to be part of a community or tribe, man. That's why there's so many people still paying for memberships when their gym's not doing anything for them.
Oh, I'm so glad I do not pay.
You both don't pay gym memberships. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's why I'm so fortunate. I'm like,
yeah, I think about that a lot actually. Thanking the lucky stars, you know.
Well, yeah, you're all right now. But yeah, I really think going forward, gyms are gonna have to be pretty much making content for their members. Like all gym owners are now content creators, and they should probably be taking it seriously. And it's a scary thing, man. Like having to learn like the amount of new skills you have to learn to create content online is not a small thing. You know, you've got to camera,
no, not at all.
Lighting, mics. You've got to have a good enough understanding of jiu-jitsu or an effective way to communicate jiu-jitsu to people and to a camera as well. Like a lot of people hate being on camera. Then you film that shit. You've got to figure out how to edit it. And then you've got to post it, and you've got to know where to post it. It's like, you know, it's time consuming.
Yeah, it's a clusterfuck. You know, slight side note, but I do want to know because I've wanted to ask you this: how do you go in front of a camera? Because you're autistic as fuck, and I imagine for you that's probably not a huge amount of fun.
You just do it, man. Like you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty good at talking shit.
Do you feel like you're like porn star or something, or
like what?
Like a porn star? Like you're like, yeah, man, this is my time to shine.
This is my job, bro. This is my job. Like I can get my dick hard for anybody.
Oh, Words you don't want to hear your jiu-jitsu coach say.
Yeah, you just gotta do what you gotta do, man. And like, but it's like it's gonna be the only way you're probably gonna be able to teach jiu-jitsu for the next 6 months.
Mm.
You know,
I think
let's be real.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I think on like a macro scale though, that's like one thing that this coronavirus, like a happy outcome from it will be, is I think a lot more people are getting like the innovation.
I understand.
Really?
What you're saying. I hate it. I hate the amount of people.
Why is that?
The amount of people that have hit me up and said, "Oh, you know, it's so good what you're doing, and like it's so like, oh, it's gonna be so beneficial down the track." Like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, but it's, I don't know. I hate it when people.
Oh no, and I agree with you in that point. But I was saying that like on the whole, like on a macro scale for the whole world, like we've had to all of a sudden spontaneously think of different ways to do the same shit that we've been wanting to do for a long time.
Oh, sure.
I think just like on a macro level, that is something positive.
I mean, I would never have filmed 5-6 hours of content, and I wouldn't have figured it out to a point where I can just throw the camera on, smash out 2 or 3 pages worth of techniques, and then come home, edit them 3 hours, and then have them ready to go. Like, I would never have done that, and we would never have done this fucking shit podcast that we're recording. I would never have worked out what the heck OBS is, or how Discord works, or you know what I mean? Like, never would in a million years.
So you've got a whole new set of skills and shit now, which is fucking pretty rad.
Yeah, so I can jump industry and quit being a jiu-jitsu coach now.
If the apprenticeship thing doesn't work out.
Oh man. Well, look, my thought is in 6 months' time, if it's still not good, then there's going to be a lot of other industries that have gone under anyway.
Yeah, you guys just dropped out pretty hard for me then.
Yeah, same. I could. Steve-O dropped out.
What was I saying? What derogatory racist thing was I saying?
Like pretty much you said if like this time, like if it's not within this time frame, like
if we're not back up and running in 6 months' time, then there's going to be bigger problems for the economy than just like little old me in my gym or another gym owner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's zombies.
You just dropped out when done.
I said hopefully it's zombies by then. If like it's like.
Dude, I wanted zombies. I legit was prepping 2 weeks ago for zombies.
Oh, bro, I don't know.
28 days later.
I've been reading a lot of shit lately about Nurgle. I don't like that disgusting resilience. You know what I'm saying?
So I was online. I was like looking at life straws online, and I'm like, man, where am I gonna go? Like, we're gonna go get guns. You know what do I need in my bug out bag? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where I was at.
Oh, that's fucking scary to think about, man.
Yeah, I don't think
scary.
Society's collapsing anymore though now.
Yeah, I don't think it'll completely fall over. Not here, at least. I think the state's kind of fucked.
I don't know. It's a real it's like an intoxicating thought, right? For the economy to collapse, like, and the society to collapse around you, though, because we are uniquely set to be able to deal with that sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, since it happened in China, like it's not good because we sort of rely on them because they're the mass producer of the world, aren't they? So
yeah, but that's something that you can recover from, because like the thing that they do is the manufacturing, right? So like, and there is a bit of a fuck turnaround time on that, but eventually you could pull yourself out of it. If it was total like Mad Max style society collapse, I don't know. That's fucking dicey.
No. I haven't even watched Mad Max 1, bro. I've only watched Mad Max 2, 3, and
you got some research to do.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, homie, fuck jiu-jitsu for a little while. Mad Max is now your film study.
Fuck Mad Max, bro. Fuck the first one. I'll leave the first one. It looks horrible.
Look, to be fair, they all looked pretty bad up until Fury Road, but, you know, what do you do?
Not much.
All right. Third question. What instructionals have you guys been watching? Besides mine.
Fucking Pat Downey.
You finished that yet?
Yeah, I have. It's fucking dope. Gets a bit weird in the third one. The third volume gets a little weird, gets a little bit gay, but the fucking fourth volume's awesome.
A little bit gay?
Little bit gay.
It's all right. Like I like What was that? What was the dude's name he's doing it with?
Fucking CJ.
Yeah, but what did you... Courtney.
Oh yeah, Courtney. I thought he called him
is
Courtney.
That his name?
I don't know. It might be though. Like CJ, Courtney. I don't know.
Dude, imagine.
I was seeing like that little video he did with Bernardo, and he was like, "Yeah, I called this like the decapitator," and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then like Bernardo's like staying like happy and optimistic and shit, and then like Pat Down, he's like, "Yeah," just like full on trying to. It just looked like he was just trying to rip on jiu-jitsu. But I was like, "Fuck, Pat's funny."
Yeah,
He's the man.
he's good, man.
Did I miss his mullet?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a fucking international tragedy that he cut his mullet.
But it was so mean when he tech forward like fucking Nicky rolled in a minute, like, well, not a minute, well, like 5 minutes, 3 minutes.
I watched him and Gordon Ryan again yesterday.
Yeah.
That's some weird shit, man. That the grappling match they had before they did the 20-second wrestling match.
Oh, the Abu Dhabi rules?
Yeah, that was weird, man.
Well, Pat done his knee, man.
Yeah, well, he did his shoulder as well. He tapped.
No.
He tapped a lot.
No, it was the knee, bro. You know when Gordon took his back from the power half, you see his leg hyperextend.
Okay.
And he put up a post on Instagram saying it wasn't my shoulder. You don't know what the real injury is. And then I went on YouTube and watched it. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Well, he tapped a lot, man, and Gordon Ryan didn't let him tap. Like, didn't let him stop until the ref stopped him. It was really fucked up.
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought I saw that.
Pretty funny.
You did what?
Like.
Yeah, I thought I saw him tapping a whole bunch, but I wasn't sure when I actually watched it. I was like, is he tapping or is he just like putting up shit defense?
Well, like, if it was wrestling rules, yeah, he would have got a lot of those takedowns, but in Abu Dhabi, that's like, not considered them.
Didn't they fight twice that night or whatever?
Well, yeah, they fought in a submission wrestling match, like Abu Dhabi rules, and then they fought under wrestling rules, yeah.
Yeah,
which is
weird.
like, well, like I think for them to be a takedown is like both shoulders have to be flat on the mat, like. That's where the 2 points comes in, I think. So that's why you find guys like totaling up straight away at ADCC, like if they do get doubled, singled, or whatever.
Is that for ADCC rules, right?
Yeah. So it's like it's a mix between both. Like the wrestling, they sort of like put the wrestling rules in, but mix like jiu-jitsu rules in with it. But like, yeah. That's why you get so many weird fucking overtime matches where guys won't score a point and will just win on like ref's decision, like.
Yeah, and that's fucking ambiguous, hey. Like a lot of the time, that's very like, oh fuck, who do you give it to?
Yeah, well, there's been a few Abu Dhabi champions who have won like an ADCC gold without scoring a match, like scoring in any single match, like.
Really?
Yep, there's been a few. I didn't think
that would be that common.
Yeah, bro, it's. I think in 2015, Kalasans, he won the absolute and he didn't score a point.
What? How many matches
he won. He had quite. I think he had 4 in the absolute, but he won the absolute without scoring a point.
You can't feel good about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel good about it either.
Like, don't get me wrong, you're still an absolute champion. You know, that's still awesome. Like, it's still very much to be admired. But like, on a scale of like that versus like what Gordon Ryan or was it Gregor or Hodger Gracie? Anyway, one of the Gracie fellas did it where they went like 8 for 8 subs and all that sort of shit. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing.
Yeah, Hodger Gracie double gold at Abu Dhabi 2005. Yeah, that was a pretty good one, man. Because he in the final of the Open, he fought Jacare, and actually Jacare was giving it to him, man. Like he was mat returning him, like getting a body lock from the back, picking him up, dumping him.
Yeah.
But he got a he ended up getting Jacare after standing RNC, or like a standing body triangle, and yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Jacare is no fucking joke.
Oh, bro, he is evil.
Mm.
Do you remember the Kron Gracie Gary Tonin match?
Well, that was my like first like really introduction to like high level jiu-jitsu, like when I was like 16, 17. I saw that match when I was like real stoned. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm doing this.
When was that? When was that match?
2013 Abu Dhabi in China, Beijing.
Fuck, so that would have been me. That would have been a year into jits for me, man.
Fuck. Wow.
Pretty formative.
What about you, Jono? What were you up to at that time in your life? 2013.
2013. What was I doing? I don't know. Not fucking jiu-jitsu though. Probably would have just broken my leg after that point, so I would have been like, very skinny and just trying to fucking work.
How'd you break your leg?
Oh, do we have to, man?
How did you leg lock yourself? We'll put it that way.
I think that's probably an appropriate conversation to finish this first podcast on, man.
Yeah, that's fair. So I was at Queensland Trials for American football, and I was doing a drill, and it was like a quarterback sack drill or something like that. And I hit the fella, and it hurt because tackling people fucking hurt. And I went to get up, and I couldn't get up, and I was like, oh, that was fucking weird. And I went to get up again, and I fell over again, and everyone was like, yeah, probably just stay down. And I looked down, and my knee was facing 180 degrees, so it was facing up, and my foot was 180 degrees, and I'd broken my femur.
So you got
that was super fucked up.
Leg now, right?
Yeah. So I got a femoral nail in there, and like screws in my knees, and a screw in my hip and stuff like that.
So can you explain to me how that happened though?
So so basically, I had a.
Talk about it?
Probably not.
Okay.
Like,
there you go.
Yeah. But anyway, so I had a bone cyst in there, which is like something that anyone can get. It's just, you might have them in your body now and never know. But what can happen is, if you get like a blood clot or anything form on there, it can actually rot the bone out.
What?
Now, the unique thing about the particular lesion or bone cyst or whatever you want to call it that I had is that it was caused by exposure to industrial chemicals from when I was an aircraft engineer.
Fuck.
Yes. So that's why you should always wear your PPE, kids. Always wear your fucking gloves. Always wear your masks.
Everyone, you had cancer.
Yeah. Despite the fact I didn't have cancer, I was only suspected to have cancer. That's not cancerous at all. It wasn't a tumor. It was a cyst. It was the opposite of a tumor. Yeah, so that's my gnarliest injury. What's your gnarliest injury, Warrington?
How about his collapsed back? How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds not good.
L4, L5 disc protrusion.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll never forget that day. Like, I was lifting heavy and then I went and rolled.
Oh, you felt it. Bro. You felt it happen.
Yeah, I could feel like a little pain. I was like, oh, fuck, all good. Like, yeah, I'm all good. Then I rolled on it, and they were like all big dudes, and like I just wasn't letting them pass my guard.
Yeah. The amount of guys I know with bad backs because they just play an inverted guard game and they're like real stubborn about it.
Yeah.
I could say it's good with guys like the same size, like but when you got somebody that's like 20, 30 kilos heavier.
Did it change how you train?
In a way, yes, but sometimes like I get a bit stubborn. But now I guess this downtime's good for it to just like settle the fuck down.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Steve-O?
Dude, the only thing I've ever done is I pulled my shoulder out the socket or some shit. I never went and saw a doctor. I never went to a physio. I did it when all I was doing was PTing people at the time, and I was like 2 years into jits. And I basically, for 6 weeks, had to put cling wrap on it and ice to make sure it didn't move, and I still trained clients because that's all I could. I couldn't stop.
Jesus fuck.
That's mean.
And now my left shoulder sits lower than my right.
Oh, it sounds like you might have translated your shoulder. That shit fucking hurts, man.
So, and I did it. I remember doing it, man. I was wearing a gi, and I tried to hit the powder keg sweep from like Coyote Guard or Dogfight. And
nice.
I went under, and the dude just flattened me.
Oh.
was like 70. I was probably like 76 kilos at the time, 77 kilos.
Oh,
That's a good weight to be at, man. I'd love to be at that weight.
I wish, man. I wish I was that weight now.
I'd love to be that weight.
Dude, I want to be light, but I've been lifting. So all I've been doing in this isolation is like I've been lifting every day. You ever lied to someone directly to their face and not felt bad about it? So my business partner Dan wrote me this 4-day-a-week workout, and he won't listen this far in this podcast, so it doesn't matter. And he wrote it to me, and he's like, "Now, Steve," he's like, "promise me you won't train 7 days a week." And I looked at him in the eyes, and I went, "I promise, Dan." Anyway,
yeah.
Anyway, if he listens to that, I'm sorry. So all I've been doing is lifting, man, 7 days a week. I do half an hour cardio every day on the ski erg assault bike, and then I'll lift shoulders, chest, back, legs. So I've like put on weight, man, in this last month. My bloody bench press has gone up from 60 kilos to 100 kilos in 4 weeks.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
What are you taking?
I'm 90 kilos now.
Fuck.
From 87.
You're thick.
Dude,
And do you really wish you were still 76 kilos?
I wish it was 81 kilos. That seems like a good weight to be at.
Yeah, okay.
Far
That's
away from giant motherfuckers like Urosh.
Yeah, that's fair. It's totally fair.
No one needs that. No one needs him like trying to fucking choke you in their life, you know, in front of a room full of people.
No.
That is fucking scary. Tell you what, him and Ben Hodgkinson had a pretty good match.
Yeah, it was.
Bro, Ben gave it to him.
Yeah, it was good.
I truthfully thought that was going to be like steamrolled by Urosh.
Yeah.
No, Ben's really good, man. Like, he's deceiving. Like, you look at him, he doesn't look athletic.
He's pretty jacked.
Bro, like, man, he's a killer.
Who would win?
He passed Uros's guard twice. Like,
who would win between Nick Barker and Urosh? That's my question. I think Nick be pretty close.
I've watched that. It was really competitive. Very competitive.
No.
Yeah.
It's competitive as well.
Shit, man! I would have thought Craig Jones's coach would have steamrolled him.
So has Nick told you like all about Kit?
Nah.
He hasn't. He told me, like, he said the real OG who used to just fuck everybody up.
Yeah, no, he's told me about that too. It's Kit Dale. Yeah.
Yeah. Kit Dale, like, apparently, like, he was like, he would just kind of like, Nick would have to teach class, and like Kit was the guy, like, would come into his own gym and be like, don't want to teach and just train, and Nick would be like teaching or some shit.
Yep.
I think that was the story.
Yeah, because they ran a gym together, hey, for a bit in Melbourne.
I think that's where Absolute was.
It was, but it wasn't called Absolute. It was called like the South Yarra BJJ or some shit. We should get Nick on actually and talk to him about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Instead of talking shit behind his back and making things up.
Yeah, sweet, yeah.
We don't know nothing. It's fun.
I'm all for that though. Like, I am all for that. You know, I don't think he'd sue us.
Yeah, maybe.
Nick would be a good guest. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be a fucking tip-top guest.
So Barker's our official first guest then, hey?
Yeah, all right. We'll get after it. We'll get him.
I think
maybe. I don't know.
All three of us message him, bro.
I'll message him after this. I'll hit him up.
I'll message him.
He's probably got Discord already, man.
He seems like that kind of fella. He seems like he'd have Discord already set up.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to say before we wrap this up? Can we put this up with James talking about some of the things he talked about?
And you talking whatever.
I think if he's cool with it, I don't really see a problem why we wouldn't. It's up to you, man. Like, if you're gonna put it up under the Grapple Factory name.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, man, like, I think it sort of fits with. I can't. That's not really. I don't know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like, we're talking about a Down syndrome kid, you being autistic. Like, I don't know what vibe you're trying to put out. You know,
3 people listening to this podcast anyway. Hopefully, not my mum and dad.
Why not your mum and dad? They're fine. They'd be all right with it.
Yeah. that's a conversation for another time, huh? My parents
Yeah, sure.
trying to gently ease me into having a proper job, and then this happened. Not only do I start a jiu-jitsu gym, but I only get to run a jiu-jitsu gym for 10 days before I effectively am unemployed and destitute right now. I bet they're really proud of me.
But yeah, you're shooting your shot, bro.
Shit, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're shooting the
What
rest of the shot.
So I reckon we'll hit Nick up, and we'll
Yes.
probably discuss maybe like things we can talk about on the next one too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And it'll be about jiu-jitsu, this podcast, but I assume it'll just be a lot of like shit talk as well.
Yeah, of course. What's the point in not shit talking? What are we doing?
I think it's a good team as well, right? There's Wunton, who's our law guy. He knows all his shit.
Yeah.
Jono keeps things like real, keeps it cool, and I keep things on track, on business.
You keep
know what I'm saying?
you keep things autistic.
Hey, bro. The Tism man. I'm not that
The
autistic.
tism. The fucking tism.
All right, anything you want to say?
No, it was cool.
How do we?
No,
start
that
the
was fucking
podcast?
fun.
What do we say?
Now we're done.
We're done.
Just-
All right.
Just cut it.
I'm
Over.
gonna cut
Kick
this
that
out.
mule.
I'm gonna stop it right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now.